Hey, my name's Deepak. I'm born and raised from London. I presume the word for what I do is a digital nomad. I work and live globally across countries for the last few years. And why I do what I do is because I'm a huge fan of lifestyle design. And I believe that entrepreneurship is the key to begin to have freedom of time and do the things that really make you happy. Today was just my second day here, and I was a little bit nervous at first joining the group. I wasn't sure quite what to expect. You don't know who everyone is, etc. And then, well, Jessica introduced kind of some of the games we were going to play, and it felt awkward, but it really actually helped break the ice, because you play these kind of seemingly meaningless games, like trying to get numbers and trying to get the same number at the same time. But it's a great way of breaking the ice, and it's interesting to see what comes up when you're under a tiny bit of pressure because you do it publicly. So I had a really good first impression of it, and then beyond that, it was great to kind of get to know the people in the group, because it's easier said than done to walk into a group or a room filled with strangers who are all working on their laptops and their own projects, and it's amazing when you actually realize that, oh hey, we can help each other, or you can help me, or I can help you, and it's a nice feeling. You think, I was sitting across from you the whole day and I would never have said a word if it wasn't for like an icebreaker like that. I think that the fitness for the mind and network, the whole concept is, I think it's really cool. I mean, we need more of it on a global scale. I mean, I've had the opportunity to live and work in, you know, Europe, South America, as well as other continents, South Africa as well. And I don't see enough of people connecting, even at events where it's meant to be a co-working space and, you know, you're going to go meet. No one does it. Like, you kind of just sit and you're like, hi, and it doesn't really go beyond that, like, let alone making the stretch. And unless you're of that kind of mindset, which is only limited to a very few select people that will go up to a stranger, then it needs to be facilitated. And that was one of the great things I saw about the fitness of the mind, the networking event that we just had, because yeah, literally, I got to meet a guy that was from Brazil. He's trying to get citizenship in Italy, and he's here to do graphic design. He has an interesting story. I met someone else who traveled through India and was a freelance journalist, and, you know, I need some help with some content writing that I'm doing, and the graphic designer could perhaps, you know, maybe I could help him get settled, because I used to live in Italy. So all of these things would never happen if it wasn't for a simple thing like a meeting like that. So I definitely want more of this to happen kind of across rooms, because even the so-called kind of working spaces aren't enough. You need a push, and this for me is that. I think that anything that pushes people into uncomfortable places is great for mind and body, and the reality is as we were saying, I see a need for this, because, you know, you can look at, you know, kind of look behind me, you can see what's going on. It's like everyone's kind of working kind of, you know, on their laptops and individually, and it's not really a cohesive working space in terms of collaboration and communication. So forcing that, giving it a little kick at the beginning is really, really worthwhile. And I think that really helps with this concept of burning your bridges, because when you don't give yourself an opportunity to exit, then the only way is forward. And this is what happens when you're in that group and we start playing these seemingly meaningless games, but they're there for a purpose, because it's pushing you to do something as part of a group. You know, let's talk about birthdays, let's talk about countries, let's play a game about naming vegetables, and you can't think of a vegetable, so you just say like blah, and it's funny, but it's also, you get a little bit nervous because you see it as a little bit of a sign of a lack of intellect, or ooh, and that's really invigorating, because you realize that, oh, everyone else is making mistakes, and it's very difficult for someone to make those steps all alone. And that's what's really great about these groups. 1,200 friends on my Facebook. I've got a different account that I used to use for work. It's got 5,500 friends. How many conversations do I have with these people on a regular basis? Oh my God, it's like less than, I mean, good friends, less than 5. People I speak to, maybe 25. So yes, you need the face-to-face contact. And the interesting thing for me, being a digital nomad, is that sometimes I forget that. I spend a lot of time kind of in isolation, quote unquote, because I'm pursuing other interests. And today kind of made me realize that, oh wow, it's cool to just kind of meet people and be like, oh hey man, or hey, what's up, and just kind of talk. And the kind of connections you build far outweigh friending someone just on Facebook or liking a post or connecting them or sending a connection request on LinkedIn, because then it's very much about the what is the best strategy to approach you and what have you done. And sometimes all it takes is a face-to-face meeting, being like, oh hey, I'm Deepak, or hey. So that's really outweighs the value of, as you said, just kind of friending someone on Facebook. One of the greatest unspoken parts about entrepreneurship is the loneliness that's involved when you go and decide to beat your own path, and that you're on a track, but you're on a track that's kind of you work in silos, you work alone a lot of the time, and you grab bits of information here and there, but you're laying the tracks that's going to be kind of the railway that's for your own life. And this is stressful. I mean, we spend all this time in education and then the workplace being told what to do. So it's so nice and stress relieving to be able to meet people that are on that same journey as you. And it isn't just in a digital format. So, oh, hey, and that's something that, I feel, for example, that I miss a little bit. Like, there's things to be said about a kind of office environment, but where you have people that can share your struggle. And, I don't know, my mum always was like, a problem shared is a problem halved. And it's funny when you look back and you think, oh, wow, so she wasn't lying then. Like, it really is helpful to just talk to people about, this is my stuff. Can you help me with my stuff? Because everyone has their stuff. It's just a case of finding out what it is. So yeah, it was really great and stress relieving to be able to meet people face to face and just talk about our own problems. What to say? No, you make a good cup of tea.
Like your mom makes good
chapatis and naan.